We do have our first trade of the day. Bob McKenzie, you want to...
Yeah, Keith Kinkaid going from the New Jersey Devils to the Columbus Blue Jackets. I believe it's for a pick, but we're verifying that. For a fifth-round pick.
Fifth-round pick. So the crease gets crowded now in Columbus. So you got Sergei Bobrovsky, you got Joonas Korpisalo, and now you've got Keith Kinkaid. So this is going to start the speculation that maybe Columbus is doing something on Bobrovsky?
Yeah, possibly, but I think Korpisalo has not played well enough to absolutely guarantee that. So, I think we got to be careful with Bobrovsky speculation at this point.
Well, and the other thing, too, is that it looks like Columbus is all in. When you go out and get Duchesne, when you get Dzingel, Columbus seems to be sending a message, Bob, that they're in it for this year, right?
Oh, sorry.
Yes, that is the message that Columbus is sending.
They've spent just about all their draft picks for the next 3 years, so yeah, I guess so.
And that was the message. That was the message to Duchesne as well, right? And then maybe, even though we keep talking about the potential of Artemi Panarin getting moved, I mean, the only way that happens clearly is if Jarmo Kekalainen hits a grand slam, maybe gets a top 4 D back. So something to watch.
I have a 14-year-old daughter, so I'm used to being ignored for an electronic device. James?
I hear you, buddy. I got 3 of them. It can't be anything with Bobrovsky. Keith Kinkaid's not replacing Bobrovsky.
No, but one thing I want to say is, Jarmo Kekalainen shows enormous courage here with the way that he's dealt with the deadline. But when we say a guy is going all in, I think a lot of us think, well, that means it's all this year and there's nothing else there. Columbus has retained their top prospects. Even in the deal with Ottawa, they were able to retain some of their top prospects. The goaltending position's really interesting for them. They've got a couple of young kids that are just outside the NHL. Vevi Vehviläinen was a Finnish kid that played at the World Junior Championships. They have high hopes for him. But also Elvis Merzlikins is a 24-year-old. We saw him at the World Championships last year. That guy's an NHL goalie. He's an NHL goalie now. I agree. And I think there's a really good possibility that when Bobrovsky likely leaves, that Elvis Merzlikins is in that #1 position very shortly in Columbus.
He's right on it.
It's a 5th-round pick in 2022.
2022, yeah.
And Kinkaid has played a lot this year, 41 games, 15, 18, and 6, 3.36 goals against, and an .891 save percentage. So that's your first deal of the day that comes your way around 8:55 a.m. if you had that in the pool.